Hello all, myself Vedangit. I am a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So guys, my another topic for today's discussion is the case analysis of Indian Express newspaper versus Union of India. So let's begin. So in this case, a statutory wage board had established a minimum wage that newspapers must pay to all the working journalists compulsorily. And thus the regulations of the wage board violated Article 19 clause 1 subclause A of the Indian Constitution. Now talking about the facts of this case, so in this case the petitioners were companies, employees and shareholders as well as trusts engaged in the publication of newspapers. Initially the newsprint enjoyed the benefit of not coming under the custom duty, but after the notifications under the Customs Act 1962 with effect from March 1, 1981, the petitioners questioned the imposed duty applied on it under the Customs Tariff Act 1975 and the auxiliary duty under the Finance Act 1981. It was argued that imposing such a duty on the newsprint would affect the price and circulation and eventually severely interfere with both the freedom of expression and the freedom to practice any trade or occupation under Article 19 Clause 1 Subclause A and Article 19 Clause 1 Subclause D respectively. It was contended that dividing the newspaper into small, medium and large newspapers would be ultra vires of the rule of non-arbitrariness under Article 14 of the Constitution, which is equality before law. It was also argued by the government that the cost borne by the newspapers and the position of the foreign exchange reserves were not relevant considerations, and the public interest involved in taxation was to increase the revenue of the government, a burden that is borne by all the citizens of the country. It asserted that the exemption granted to newsprint was not justified and therefore could be removed by the government. Now talking about the issues that were raised in this case, so that were first one, whether it comes under the ambit of restrictions provided under Article 19 clause 2. Second issue was whether Article 14 was discriminatory in the classification of newspapers for levying customs duty. Third was whether the fundamental rights given under Article 19 clause 1 subclause A and subclause G are different from that of the rights given by the First Amendment to the American Constitution. Another one was whether to strike down the notification under section 25 of the Customs Act 1962 as it is conflictive with the fundamental rights, and whether the reasonable interference was justified under Article 19 clause 2 in the name of serving the public interest. And the last issue was whether it was the duty of the state to encourage education of masses through the press under Article 41. Now talking about the judgment of this case, so the Supreme Court said that the government is free to impose taxes which affect the publication of newspapers, as it must be treated as an industry and be subject to the taxes the same way other businesses are. Also, the division of newspapers into small, medium and large can be permitted only if it is majorly based on the economic considerations having a reasoned nexus with respect to the objective of the taxation and free from any kind of arbitrariness. The power of taxing must not contravene with the freedom of expression under Article 19 clause 1 subclause A, and the limitation on flexibility should also be covered within the reasonable limits. Article 19 clause 2 of the Indian Constitution talks about the reasonable restrictions, and public interest is one of the main grounds of these restrictions. So the Supreme Court outlined two basic rules. First was newspapers have as much right to be benefited from the government services as the other industries, given that they also contribute a reasonable amount of money to the government through the taxes. And the second was the tax burden should not be excessive. So in this case, the Supreme Court observed that neither the petitioners were able to prove the excessive tax burden nor the respondents were able to counter it appropriately. So it said that a strict burden of proof need not be discharged considering the possibility of interference with the fundamental rights. So the court instructed the government to re-examine the taxation policy by evaluating whether it constituted an excessive burden on the newspapers, and the government's stance that such a consideration was irrelevant was incorrect, and therefore notification had to be revised by taking this factor into consideration. And also the concept that was highlighted in this case was, this case talked about Article 19 clause 1 subclause A, which is the freedom of speech and expression, and the reasonable restrictions covered under Article 19 clause 2 of the Constitution. The Supreme Court asked the central government to review its taxation policy to decide if it is overburdening the newspapers. So it was argued by the petitioners that because of the import duty, the price of the newspaper was bound to get increased and a fall in the circulation of the same. So the Supreme Court was of the opinion that the government can impose taxes on the publication, but within the reasonable restrictions as mentioned under Article 19 clause 2. So it does not violate the freedom of expression. So the court also stated that as the petitioner and the respondent both failed in proving their excessive nature of tax, then it now becomes the duty of the government to review the taxation policy. Now what we can conclude from this entire case is that the press is said to be the third pillar of our nation, and it is extremely important that the citizens always have an access to it. So by imposing taxes on the newspapers, the supply of newspapers around was also severely affected, and the press holds the power to change the opinions and mold the minds. But when we impose a heavy tax on it, then we are narrowing down the possibility of it reaching to more and more people. So the press cannot be denied of their right to freedom of expression by overburdening it with taxes. This simply would be the death of our democracy. So guys, that's all about my discussion on this particular case. I hope you all liked my video. If you guys have any doubt with regard to this video or to the previous one, then you can comment in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel Lex Click. We will meet in the next video. Till then, bye.